Hey everyone, Ida from PGP here, and welcome back to Rivalries Thursday. So, we've been on an old school kick for the past few weeks. So, let's go even further back to the very beginnings, aka the 1950s, with the rivalry between Juan Miguel Fangio and Sterling Moss. And honestly, that rivalry captivated fans around the world. And 1950s TV wasn't as prevalent yet. You basically only had radio. And to say that it captivated the entire world is a huge feat when you only basically have radio. So, but what happened? Well, on one hand, you had Fangio, a Argentinian racing legend, and then you had Sterling Moss, a British racer. And they pushed each other to the limit. And one of the most famous races showcasing this rivalry was the 1955 Mille Miglia. While not a Formula One race, it remains one of the most iconic events in motorsport history. And if you've seen the movie Ferrari, that movie also covers the Mille Miglia. Shameless plug there. But anyway, Fangio was driving for Mercedes-Benz. He was driving a 300 SLR, and Moss piloting a Mercedes-Benz 300 SLR as well. So they were racing for the same team. And they engaged in a thrilling duel throughout the 1,000-mile race across Italy's treacherous roads. In the end, it was Moss who emerged victorious, setting a blistering pace and beating Fangio by a significant margin. Now, just because they raced each other in the Mille Miglia doesn't mean they didn't also butt heads in Formula One. And one such instance was in 55 at a British GP at Aintree Circuit. It was a very memorable clash, let's put it that way. And they were driving on one hand, Fangio was Mercedes, and then Moss was driving for their main British rival, Vanderwall. And that battle they were trading blows on track and to an extent also off track. But Fangio ultimately prevailed, showcasing his exceptional skill and experience. But of course, that wasn't the last time they would meet. And another highlight of their head-to-head happened 2 years later at the German GP at the famed Nürburgring. And honestly, that race was, as so many races at the Nürburgring, it was etched in the annals of motorsports history. As Fangio was driving for Maserati, and Moss was still with Van der Waal. And they fought tooth and nail for that victory in one of the most demanding circuits in the world. I mean, there's a reason why Formula One these days doesn't race on it anymore. This time around, though, Moss outpaced Fangio to claim victory, solidifying his status of one of the sport's greatest drivers, and dare I say, the greatest driver to never win a championship. But they still, even with all these clashes, like in Formula One and also in other racing series such as the Mania, they still held this mutual respect, because at the end of the day, especially back then, Formula One and racing in general was a gentleman's sport, which makes it very beautiful. Hope you enjoyed this overview of Sterling Moss and Fangio, and see you guys next week.